Okay, so once again, good morning to everyone. Okay, we'll start with today's lecture. Can anyone tell me what is the definition of image enhancement? Yes, tell me the definition. What is the image enhancement? What is the meaning of enhancement? Yes, anyone? Roll number 13. Roll number 14. 13, 14 आहेत का? Hello? Roll number 13 and 14.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the definition of image enhancement.
Due to the image enhancement, we get the suitable image.
What is a suitable image? Roll number 32. What is the image enhancement? Is there roll number 32? Yes. If your response is not there, I'll not consider your attendance. Roll number 32. Roll number 38.
सर अपसेट होतो काल.
Yes, tell me the definition. Yes, 38.
सर अपसेंट होतो काल.
आपण होता. 32 आहे का? रोल नंबर 32. Sushant Haldar, if your response is not there, I will remove you. Are you there? Can anyone tell me the definition of image enhancement? Yes, anyone?
Improving the quality and information content.
Okay. बाकी जण काय झालं?
एका साईडला सर बॅड क्वालिटी इमेज यायची तर दुसऱ्या साईडला आउटपुटला चांगली क्वालिटी इमेज भेटली पाहिजे त्याला इमेज एनहान्समेंट म्हणायचं.
Okay. Okay, we'll start with again simple definition.
क्वालिटी ऑफ इमेज वाढली की मग ती एनहान्समेंट झाली.
Okay, very good. So in order to improve the quality of image, we can apply certain techniques. So that technique nothing but the image enhancement. Okay, means if we deal with a blur image, so that contain various types of darkness, various types of noises. So due to that, we cannot able to see the image not properly. Okay. So in order to improve the quality or in order to improve the its appearance properly, we can use the image enhancement. So the process of improving quality of image, nothing but the image enhancement. Okay. आता लक्षात राहील. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in image enhancement, we have to study the various types of processing. Okay, so basically we have to study the two types of processing. First one is a point processing, and another one is a neighborhood processing. Okay, so basically, what is the meaning of point processing and what is the meaning of neighborhood processing? Okay, my voice is audible to everyone. It's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now everyone listen carefully. So the concept of point processing and concept of neighborhood processing is too important. So in point processing, so what is a point? So the point means it is a one pixel. So if we put a one dot by using a pen on a paper, so we can call that dot as a point, right? So in images, a single point is called as a pixel. Okay, so in images, if we consider the 8 by 8 images, so it consists of a number of rows and number of columns. So whatever the number of rows and whatever the number of columns, so in that particular rows and columns, so single pixel, yeah, the single number is referred as a point. So point आहे, so we can deal with these individual points, yeah, individual pixels. So that is called as a point processing. And on other hand, we have to study neighborhood processing. So along with this single pixel, we have to consider its adjacent neighbors. Okay, so for that we can study four neighbors, eight neighbors, four diagonally neighbor, four horizontal neighbor. Okay, so in neighborhood processing, we have to consider the adjacent pixel also. And in point processing, we can deal with only the individual pixels. Okay, so in point processing, we have to study the different types of techniques and the different types of methods. So along with this, we can study the first type, that is a image negative. Okay, so basically, what is the image negative? Means what are the colors? Yeah, in image negative, it can take a reverse action. The black color is converted into white, and the white color can be converted into the black color. So that is nothing but the image negative. So most of the time, the image negative can be used in a healthcare system to capture the X-rays of our human body. So the most common example of image negative is that X-ray of our chest. Okay, so chest X-ray is a common example of image negative. Okay, so the second type is that contrast stretching. Okay, so what is meant by contrast? Okay, so for example, here we can take a one example. So here we can consider a one strip. So that ranges from 0 to 255. Okay, so what is the meaning of 0 to 255? So nothing but it having a image resolution as a 256 by 256. So we can consider the pixel from 0 position to 255. So as we know, the black color is represented by 0. So if we consider all the pixels in the images as a 0, so it consists of a color as a dark color. Yeah, we can consider as a black color. And if we consider all the pixel having higher values, so for example, here we can consider image as a 256 by 256. So in 256 by 256 images, we can represent the pixels which can ranges from 0 to 255, right? So if we consider all the pixels having zero value, then image will look like a black image. And if we consider all the pixel values as a 255, then the image will be look like a white image. Okay, समझते हैं? Have you understood it? Any doubt? Yes. Okay. Okay, so how we can consider the different type of contrast in that particular images. So if we observe this strip here at the left side, we can consider the values of pixel is 0, and at the right side the values of pixel is 255. Okay, so if we if we can changes the pixel positions from 0 to 255, then the brightness of images can be also changes. जर समजा आपण 0 value ला all the values are 0, so at that time the image is total dark. 0 पासून आपण काय केलं, we can move towards 10. We can consider all the pixels in images is a 10. ठीक आहे, म्हणजे जे काही 255 rows आहेत and 255 columns आहेत. So all the pixel having a values as a 10. But if we compare the pixel value 0 and pixel value 10, so the 10 is a little bit dark as compared to 0. मग 0 ला कसं असणार आहे, there is a total dark. मग आपण 10 केलं, again from 10 to 100, so 100 to 200, 200 to 255. मग काय होईल, so as we moving the pixel from 0 to 255, मग image काय होत जाईल, so image will make a little bit bright image. ठीक आहे, म्हणजे 0 पासून आपण जर राईट हँडला मूव्ह होत गेलो, so at one position, that is at maximum position, that is at 255, all the pixel having values of a 255, and image will be look like as a bright. So in reverse way, if we move from 255 to 0, मग काय होईल? Does anyone tell? So it is a change in image if we move from 255 to 0.
Dark दिसेल सर image.
Right. So as we take a reverse action, means जर आपण maximum pixel कडून minimum pixel कडे गेलो, तर image काय होईल, dark होत जाईल, and at a one moment, that is at a minimum value, that is at a 0, all the image will be look like a dark. So that is nothing but a contrast stretching. So we can change the pixel values from 0 to 255, or also from 255 to 0. Okay, so how we can consider the contrast stretching? So by using these formulas now, how we can locate, how we can consider the different points. So if we observe the graph, so here we can make a one graph. Okay, so it consists of 255 by 255. So here we can locate center as a 0, then point A1, point A2, and then at a 255 1. Okay, so why we can consider these levels? Okay, because we have to consider the particular range of pixels. Okay, so here in first case, that is from 0 to point A1. Okay, we can consider all the pixels can be ranges from 0 to 50. Okay, so that's why we consider the some intervals. That is a 0 to A1. So if we consider all the pixels in the images are in between 0 to 50, how the image will be look like, and how we can calculate it's a contrast stretching. So again, there is a second slope, it is from A1 to A2. So now in this case, we can consider the pixels from 50 to nearby 125. Okay, so in that case, how the image will be look like. And the third one is a A2 to A1, right? Means the pixel having 125 to 250. So we can consider the some ranges, and in that how the image will be look like, how the contrast of that image can be calculated. Depending on these formulas, we can calculate the color is too bright or the color is too dark. So how the dark color is present, how much intensity of dark color is present, how much intensity of bright color is present, so that we can calculate by considering such type of ranges. Okay. So we can consider any ranges. We can consider from 0 to 10, 10 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 255. Yes, we can consider any range, and depending on the range, we can calculate the range of pixels. So in that particular range, the image will be look like a bright, or image will be look like a dark. Okay, so here we can take an example of contrast stretching. So depending on the range, suppose here we can consider any one range. Uh, it might be a range from 0 to A1, or A1 to A2, or A2 to A1. Okay, so it's look like that. In an image we can make a some part as a bright. ठीक आहे, जर आपण एखादी इमेज कन्सिडर केली तर आपण instead of improving the overall quality, we can improve the small part. ठीक आहे, मग एखादा लेफ्ट कॉर्नर असेल, टॉप असेल, बॉटम असेल, किंवा राईट कॉर्नर असेल. सो दॅट्स नथिंग बट द 0 to A1, A1 to A2, and A2 to A1. So we can consider the small part of the images. So here we can take a one example. We can consider a one image, and on that image we can apply the contrast stretching algorithm. Okay, so if we observe these two images carefully, so the first one image will be look like a blur. Okay, so we cannot observe what are the pixels present on that particular shade. Okay, so that are not properly visible, so we can apply the contrast stretching. Okay, and due to this we can observe the image more clearly. Okay, so have you observed the difference between two images? Yes. ठीक आहे, तर कॉन्ट्रास्ट स्ट्रेचिंग नथिंग बट काय आहे. सो इन ऑर्डर टू इम्प्रूव्ह द ब्राईटनेस ऑफ द इमेज, मग आपण ह्याच्यामध्ये काय केलंय. सो वी कॅन सिम्पली इम्प्रूव्ह द ब्राईटनेस. नाव व्हॉट इज आवर पर्पज इन दॅट केस? वी हॅव टू आयडेंटिफाय द सीड्स. ठीक आहे, सो वी कॅन ओनली इम्प्रूव्ह द क्वालिटी ऑफ सीड्स. मग जो काही बॅकग्राऊंड आहे, सो इफ वी ऑब्झर्व द बॅकग्राऊंड, सो बॅकग्राऊंड कलर इज अ टू डार्क, and if we observe the seed, so seed color is a too bright. Okay, so whatever the object that we have to enhance, so that can be done by a contrast stretching. Okay, so have you understood the difference between two images? What is the concept of contrast stretching? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so simply contrast stretching means we have to improve the brightness of that particular object. So in that case we are not dealing with a background. So we have to deal with only the object. Yes.
आता ही इमेज डार्क आहे, त्याची ब्राईट झाली आपल्याला दिसते, पण एखादी इमेज जर का आधीपासून ब्राईट असेल
हा,
आणि त्याचा आपण कॉन्ट्रास्ट हाय केला, स्ट्रेच केला, 255 च्या अराउंड केला,
ब्राईट. आता आपण काय म्हणलं. सो इफ वी टेक द राईट हँड साइड इमेज, आता ही इमेज ब्राईट आहे, राईट, अँड इफ वी अप्लाय अगेन कॉन्ट्रास्ट स्ट्रेचिंग ऑन दिस ब्राईट इमेज, मग इमेज काय होईल, पूर्ण ब्राईट होईल. मग अजून आपण अप्लाय केलं म्हणजे काय होईल, इमेजची ब्राईटनेस अजून वाढत जाईल. जर आपण एखादी मोबाईल मध्ये आपण काय करतो, इमेजची ब्राईटनेस इन्क्रीज करतो किंवा डिक्रीज करतो. जर आपण पूर्ण इमेजची ब्राईटनेस इन्क्रीज केली तर ऍट दिस मोमेंट वी कॅन लुक टोटल व्हाईट पिक्चर. आणि जर पूर्ण डार्क केलं तर आपल्याला काय दिसेल, पूर्ण ब्लॅक दिसेल. राईट. येस, क्लिअर ऋषिकेश?
हा येस सर.
म्हणजे काय, जर आपण पूर्ण इमेजला ब्राईट केलं, मग आपल्याला ती इमेज दिसणारच नाही. जर आपण ह्या इमेजला पूर्ण ब्राईट केलं तर फक्त काय कलर दिसेल त्यामध्ये, वी कॅन ऑब्झर्व ओनली व्हाईट कलर. मग आपल्याला फक्त व्हाईट कलर दिसून चालेल का? आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह इज वी हॅव टू व्हिज्युअलाइज द ऑब्जेक्ट प्रॉपरली. But in that first images we are not able to observe the seeds. मग ते व्यवस्थित दिसतात का? नाही दिसत. So we have to observe properly. So for that we can improve the brightness. So in second image we can look like a image properly. मग जर का आपण ह्याच्यावर आता it is a sufficient, अजून brightness increase करायची गरज आहे का? So if that image is not sufficient, again we can increase the brightness. Okay, so it is a sufficient, so we cannot improve the again brightness. Okay, so if we improve again brightness, so at one moment the picture will be like a white picture. Okay, so it is a concept of contrast stretching. Okay, so now move towards the third point, that is a thresholding. Okay, now what is meant by a thresholding? Okay, so as we study in our various subject also, what is a threshold? So threshold is a one point. So if we consider that point, okay, so okay, wait a minute. So if the image ranges from 0 to 255, right, and if we consider a one point, so here we can take an example how we can consider the thresholding function. So here we can consider the image having the size of 0 to 255, and we can consider a one center point as a, right? So here A is a center point, so it might be a center of 0 to 255, it might be any pixel. Suppose we can consider it as a 125. So depending on a threshold, we can subdivide the image into two parts. Okay, जसं आपण in DT also we can consider a threshold value. Okay, so similarly we can consider a one threshold point, and beyond, yeah, the values of pixel above threshold point can be divided into one group, and the values of pixel below threshold point can be divided into the another group. So here we can consider the pixel A as a threshold point, and we can consider the value is a 125. 0 to 124 हा एक one group झाला, and again from 125 to 255 it is another group. So by using thresholding we can subdivide the images into the two parts. Okay, so that is the concept of thresholding. Okay, now what is the effect of thresholding? So as we consider the similar image, so here we can take a same image, and now in that case we can apply in thresholding function. In previous case we can apply a contrast stretching. Now everyone listen carefully. What is the difference between thresholding and contrast stretching? तुम्हाला इमेजचा जर दोघांमधला डिफरन्स ऑब्झर्व केला, so have you observed any difference between these two images? ठीक आहे, आता थ्रेशोल्डिंग म्हणजे आपण काय म्हणलं, वी कॅन सब डिवाइड द इमेजेस इंटू ओनली टू पार्ट्स. ठीक आहे, आता ह्याच्यामध्ये पण काय केलं, सो द बॅकग्राऊंड वी कॅन कन्सिडर वन पार्ट ॲज अ बॅकग्राऊंड अँड अनदर पार्ट ॲज अ द पिक्चर ऑफ सीड. ठीक आहे, मग जो बॅकग्राऊंड आहे, सो बॅकग्राऊंड इज अ मोर डार्क अँड द ऑब्जेक्ट इज मोर ब्राईट. ठीक आहे, so by using thresholding we can difference between the two pixels. One might be a too dark and one might be a too bright. So if we observe the output of contrast stretching, ठीक आहे, so here everyone observe the output of contrast stretching. मग ह्याच्यातला जो काय बॅकग्राऊंड आहे तो बॅकग्राऊंड पूर्ण डार्क आहे का, किंवा जो काही ऑब्जेक्ट आहे तो पूर्ण ब्राईट आहे का? Yes, can anyone tell? Have you observed the difference? Yes, are you able to understand the difference? Yeah, any doubt?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
ठीक आहे, आता कॉन्ट्रास्ट स्विचिंग मध्ये काय केलं, फक्त आपण इमेजची लिटल बिट ब्राईटनेस वाढवली, की कुठपर्यंत वाढवायची, सो अप टू 8 we are not able to visualize object properly. आता ह्या केसमध्ये आपल्याला ऑब्जेक्ट प्रॉपरली दिसतोय, पण जर आता आपल्याला थ्रेशोल्डिंग अप्लाय करायचं आहे, सो व्हॉट इज द पर्पज ऑफ थ्रेशोल्डिंग? सो थ्रेशोल्डिंग कॅन डिवाइड द इमेज इंटू ओनली टू पार्ट्स. वन इज अ टू डार्क अँड अदर इज अ टू ब्राईट. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये जो डार्क पार्ट आहे, सो व्हॉट इज अ डार्क पार्ट? सो व्हॉट आर द डॉट्स ऑन अ सीड, दॅट इज अ डार्क पार्ट अँड द बॅकग्राऊंड. हा एक दोन पार्ट डार्क आहेत. थ्रेशोल्डिंग काय करेल? सो व्हॉट आर द व्हेरियस डॉट्स, what are the various black dots which are present on a seed, and it is a background who are having a black color, so that color may be a too dark. Okay, now understood it. And जो काही white color आहे, so it can be make a too bright. So it is a concept of thresholding. But thresholding मध्ये काय होतं? So in thresholding we can subdivide the images into two parts. Okay, so the pixel were having above ranges, जर एक थ्रेशोल्ड कन्सिडर केला आणि त्या थ्रेशोल्डच्या वरच्या व्हॅल्यू असतील पूर्ण ब्राईट आणि थ्रेशोल्डच्या बिलो ज्या व्हॅल्यू असतील त्या असतील पूर्ण डार्क. सो हिअर वी कॅन कन्सिडर द बॅकग्राऊंड ॲज अ टू डार्क अँड द ऑब्जेक्ट इज टू व्हाईट. Okay, so have you understood the concept of thresholding? Yes, any doubt in thresholding? So it is a simple
No, sir.
concept. So thresholding nothing but we have to consider one part as a too dark and another part as a too bright. Okay, so we can only consider the two parts. One is a too dark and another is a too bright.
Hello?
So yes. Yes, any doubt? Okay, anyone want to say something? Okay. Okay, so once again I'll revise the concept of thresholding. So in thresholding we can make a one part as a dark and another part as a white. So we can consider the only two color intensities. One is a black color and another is a white color. So we can make white color to white and we can make black color to black or to dark. So here what are the object of image, what is the background of image? So the background of image we can make it too dark, and what is the object of image we can make it too bright. Okay, now understood? Okay, so here also we can take a one example of thresholding. Okay, so here one we can take an image, and based on that image what are the black part, so that black part we can make a too dark. Okay, and what are the white part that we can make a too bright. So how you understand the difference between these two images, how the thresholding can work? Yes. Okay, so if we observe these two images, so in that images what are the black color? So if we consider the
सर हे फक्त ब्लॅक अँड व्हाईट सोबत झालं सर.
yes,
कलर्ड इमेज असेल तर
yes, we can also improve the, yeah, we can also consider the
म्हणजे
thresholding
आता
function.
सर फर्स्ट इमेज मध्ये कसं आहे, जे ब्लॅक पार्ट आहे ते जास्त ब्लॅक झालंय आणि जे व्हाईट पार्ट आहे ते जास्त व्हाईट झालंय.
Right.
मग सर
Right.
असं मग आम्हाला एक कलरचं एक्झाम्पल दाखवा ना की त्याच्यात कसं होतंय हे बघण्यासाठी.
Okay, so as we finish these examples, so we can also take some practical examples. So we can consider black and white image, we can consider bitmap image, and we can consider color images also. So basically there are four types of images. One is a black and white image, one is a grayscale image, third one is a bitmap image, and fourth one is a color images. Okay, so we can consider these operations on all the images. Okay, so here why we can take only black and white image. Okay, so the black and white image consists of only two colors. So in this we can easily identify the change where the brightness can be enhanced, where the darkness can be dark. So it is easy to understand. If we take a color images, so in color images there are nearly 16 million colors are present. Okay, so if we compare, okay, we'll also take that kind of example. So why we can mention this example, because in this example we have to get idea what is a thresholding. So if we take this black and white image, so it consists of only two colors, so that two colors are easily seen by a human eyes. Okay, so by using this example we can easily get the idea of this particular processing. Okay, so that's why I'll consider here only the black and white image. Okay, so it is easy to explain. Yeah, it can helpful to get an idea how the thresholding function can be worked. Okay, so the dark image can be dark part can be too dark, and the white part can be make a too white part. Okay, so we'll also consider the different type of images. So in initial phase, the idea, yeah, the objective behind to consider such type of images is that we have to clear the concept in a simple images. Okay, so here if we consider this image, so we can easily get the idea how the white part can be converted into the more white, and how the dark part can be converted into the more dark. Okay, clear? Yes. Okay, any doubts? Okay, we'll also consider the different type of images. First initial case. So for your understanding, okay. So might be this image processing is a new subject to everyone. So we might be you didn't study. Yeah, we didn't study such kind of subject in your first year, second year, and third year, right? So for your initial phase, we can consider the simple images, and on that now simple images means what? Which consists of only two colors. So that is a black and white image, right? So for that purpose, we can consider such type of images. Okay, now clear? Any doubt? Okay, can we move to next point? Is there any more doubts? Yes, anyone? Amit? Snehal, roll number 3. Any doubts?
No doubt, sir.
ठीक है ऋषिकेश. Okay, can we move to next point? Okay, so if you feel such kind of doubts, then immediately interrupt me. Okay, so your doubt is also too good. Means how we can consider, if we consider the color image, so how there is a change in color. Okay, so for that purpose we can also take some practical example also. So if we now there is some mathematical operations, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? So we can also add the two images, we can also subtract the two images, right? So what is if we add the two images, so what is a change in intensity of color? So that thing will also covered in upcoming lectures. Okay, so that time your concept might be too clear. So when we're dealing with the practical things, we can deal with only the color images. Okay, so why? Because the color images are too difficult to understand, because it contains more colors. Okay, so at the time of practical things, we also discuss that thing in our online lecture also. Okay, so we can apply various types of operations on a color images also. So once this basic theoretical part completed, then we can consider that practical part also. Okay, Okay, so we'll move to the next concept, that is a intensity level slicing. Okay, so what is a basic idea of intensity level slicing? So in first three cases, so in a image negative, or in a contrast stretching, or in a image negative, we can consider the image, and based on this condition we can apply these three types of techniques. Now what is the intensity level slicing? So in intensity level slicing we can consider the particular part of the image. Okay, so as we consider the example of our electronics devices and circuit, so in that case we can study the tuned amplifier. Okay, so have you know the idea, yeah, have you know the function of tuned amplifier? Tuned amplifier चं function माहिती आहे का? Yes, anyone? Amit?
आठवत नाही सर आता.
अरे आता आपल्याला इंटरव्ह्यूला फेस करायचं आहे मोरे, इंटरव्ह्यूला. बट ठीक आहे.
सर लॉकडाऊन मध्ये ना सर
we can consider the tuned amplifier. So what is a tuned amplifier? So the tuned amplifier can only amplify the signal in between a particular range, right? जर आपण एखादं एक्झाम्पल घेतलं ट्यून एम्प्लिफायरचं, सो अवर रेडिओ इज द एक्झाम्पल ऑफ ट्यून एम्प्लिफायर. म्हणजे काय की ऍट वन पर्टिक्युलर रेंज ऑफ फ्रिक्वेन्सी वी कॅन हिअर द particular channel. We can consider 93.5. So if we consider the range is a 93.5, we can listen the 93.5 channel. If we consider the 98.3, we can consider that particular channel. Means we can consider the particular range. So here also now everyone observe the image. So here we can consider the okay, so here we can consider particular region. So here we can consider region A to B, right? So in a right image also we can consider region A to B, right? Means we can improve the brightness, yeah, if we can improve the quality of image in particular region. So here we can consider the total image, and based on that total image we can consider only the small region of image. But so what is a small region? So we can consider from region A to B. Okay, but we can only deal with the range A to B. So we cannot consider the other part. We can consider the range between A to B. Okay. Okay, here we can take one example. So based on that example, might be your concept is too clear. So what is a purpose of image? So what is the purpose of intensity level slicing? So in intensity level slicing we can consider only the small part of image, yeah, particular part of image. आता आपण काय करतो? So here we can take a example of first image. ठीक आहे, आता पहिली इमेजचा आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे? सो जो काही डार्क पार्ट आहे, सो वी हॅव टू इम्प्रूव्ह ओनली द डार्क पार्ट. मग इथं जो काही डार्क पार्ट आहे, सो वी कॅन कन्सिडर दिस एज अ रिजन ए बी. आपल्याला काय करायचंय? वी हॅव टू ओनली इम्प्रूव्ह द ब्राईटनेस ऑफ पर्टिक्युलर पार्ट, राईट? मग आता हा जो डार्क पार्ट आहे, सो दॅट पार्ट वी कॅन इम्प्रूव्ह बाय इंटेन्सिटी लेवल स्लाइसिंग. समजतंय? इट इज डिफिकल्ट. मग जर आपण बाकीचा बॅकग्राऊंड कन्सिडर केला, सो देर इज अ नो चेंज इन ब्राईटनेस ऑफ बॅकग्राऊंड. मग जो काही फक्त डार्क पार्ट आहे, सो दॅट ओनली डार्क पार्ट कॅन बी इम्प्रूव्ड by the intensity level slicing. Now clear? Have you got it? Yes? नाही समजत आहे? Yes, any doubt?
सर ते फक्त जी विंडो आहे ना त्याच्या आतला डार्क पार्ट हे झालंय, ब्राईट झालंय.
राईट राईट. मीन्स वी कॅन
पण जे
कन्सिडर
विंडोच्या वरचं वगैरे आहे,
हा. येस,
विंडोच्या वर वगैरे म्हणजे दगडांच्या खाचा आहेत ना, तिथं पण डार्क पार्ट आहे ना. विंडोच्या
Yes.
खालच्या साईडला पण आहे.
मग आपल्याला काय करायचं? व्हॉट इज
ते
आवर
कुठे
ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह? Whatever the invisible part, now we have to our interest in inside of window. आपल्या विंडोच्या आतमध्ये काय आहे हे आपल्याला जाणून घ्यायचं आहे. सो वी नॉट जे काही बॅकग्राऊंड आहे तो बॅकग्राऊंड इज फिजिबल क्लिअरली, बट आवर एम, आवर मोटो इज वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर द इनसाइड पार्ट ऑफ विंडो. आपल्याला आतमध्ये काय आहे हे बघायचं आहे. सो इफ देर इज एनी ऑब्जेक्ट, तिथे काय आहे का. सो आवर इंटरेस्ट इज व्हॉट आर द इनसाइड पार्ट ऑफ विंडो. म्हणजे काय आपल्याला तुम्ही म्हणता येईल जे काही दगड आहे त्याच्या काही खाचा आहे त्या ब्लॅक आहेत, पण आपल्याला आवर इंटरेस्ट इज नॉट इन दॅट. What is our interest? What is the inside of window? So if there is a one object which is inside of window, so that object is visible in first image. Yes. Now if we have to observe that object, we have to improve, yeah, we have to enhance only the area which is inside of window, which is a too black. ठीक आहे, आपलं फक्त इंटरेस्ट कशात आहे. सो व्हॉट इज द इनसाइड ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ विंडो. सो वी कॅन ओनली इम्प्रूव्ह द पार्ट विच इज ऑफ इन, जो काही विंडोच्या आतमधला पार्ट आहे. सो दॅट पार्ट वी कॅन ओनली इम्प्रूव्ह. सो हिअर वी कॅन इम्प्रूव्ह द इनसाइड पार्ट ऑफ विंडो. सो राईट नाव क्लिअर मोरे?
येस सर, येस सर.
So what is our interest? So our interest is inside of window. आपल्याला फक्त विंडोच्या आतमध्ये काय आहे ते फक्त अंडरस्टँड
म्हणून आपण फक्त हा
राईट. ओके. सो बाय युझिंग intensity level slicing, we can improve only the particular part. So that is nothing but the intensity level slicing. Okay. So now any doubts in today's concept? Now समजते का? अजून काय थोडं अवघड वाटतंय? हा, व्हॉट संजय? Okay, so we'll stop here. Okay, but सगळ्यांना व्यवस्थित समजतंय का? का थोडं काही अजून डिफिकल्ट वाटतंय? Okay, now you can put your numbers. Okay, put your number in a serial way. So start with roll number 1. Okay, and try to put your numbers in a particular sequence. Sequence change करू नका. ठीक आहे, जे नंबर पुट केलेत ते लेफ्ट होऊ शकता. ऋषिकेश मोरे परत नंबर मध्ये टाकला का? Chapter 35. ठीक आहे, जे नंबर पुट केले आहेत ते लेफ्ट व्हा.